All right, it's the Strawberry and Lizette Mexican Ginger podcast, not intended for younger audiences. Do you have your Super Bowl prop bets? Because I want to do those at the end.
Show the foot do.
Okay.
At the end?
Let's do it at the end. Do it at the end. Make them wait for it.
But I don't want to wait for it.
We'll see what happens. Because I want to tell a story about my big performance Saturday. My big impromptu Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh, my God. Okay, yeah.
First time in my life that's happened also, by the way.
I heard her. Wait, okay, first of all, why did they ask you? Did she not know it or something?
That's a great question. I think they were going to have a national anthem performance. I think. I don't know. So, do you want to ask your question before I tell the story?
That was my question.
Oh, okay. So, Lizette and I are at the Special Olympics Polar Plunge Saturday morning. It's a great fundraiser for Special Olympics. They said they had about 300 people jumping in the water, and then they had like at least another 100, 150 volunteers and staff and everything, right? Uh-huh. So they allowed us to be part of the opening ceremonies. We say, hey, guys, it's Strawberry and Lizette. Thanks for coming out here. And I had a little jokey joke. Did you catch my joke?
No.
See. So.
What was it?
I said, so the thing about the Polar Plunge, for the people who don't know, is you raise money for Special Olympics, and then you jump in like a cold body of water. They do it all across the country on different days. Normally it's in the beginning of the year. So in Sacramento, they did it in Folsom Lake, and the lake was like 46 degrees. Chilly, right? So I said, all right, everybody, thanks for coming out here. I introduced us, and I said, as someone who's taken the Polar Plunge a couple times, I have 2 words of advice. 2 things you need to know. Number 1, dunk your head. Get all the way in there. Make it count. You got to be all in. And number 2, if there's any buried treasure out there, it's finders keepers.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I did hear that.
Yeah, I also had like that dramatic pause. They go, number 2?
Yeah.
What is it? So I got a couple chuckles out there, but I got to admit, I was working on that joke. I'm like, all right, if there's any...
You had this plan, huh? Like, what am I going to say?
I had the joke planned.
Yeah, see, I'm glad you did that because I would have been like, hey, guys... We're happy to be here. Any first timers? Yeah, me too.
Oh, first timers. I didn't ask that. That would have been great.
Oh, yeah. Well, shit.
Well, I know
had me do it.
Well, I know that you don't like doing stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I don't. Especially if I'm not like knowledgeable.
Or you're comfortable, right? Or knowledgeable.
Well,
sure.
Well, more so knowledgeable because you've actually done it before, so you know more about the event than I do. So I know you would have had like more to say, or you would have been able to say something that would have like resonated with the people that were doing it. Like, I don't know anything about this.
First timers was good.
I just know you got jump in the lake.
Yeah. So then we did that, and then a woman from Channel 3 News out here, the meteorologist, I forget her name, but she's awesome. She did like whatever opening ceremonies, and this whole like stream of like a motorcycle club, like Harley riders, ex-Marines, like drive around the corner, and then like the little junior Marines are there with the flags, and then it's just waiting, like everyone's waiting and waiting and waiting, and nothing's happening. And the PR guy from Special Olympics rushes over to us. He's like, Strawberry. He's like, do you know the Pledge of Allegiance? Can you do the Pledge of Allegiance? No, sorry, he's like, can you do the Pledge of Allegiance? Do you know the words? And immediately I freeze. I'm like, I don't know. Do I? I'm like, hold on.
Yeah.
And I run through the words in my head. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Just stance, one nation, God, individual.
I did that too.
Yeah, I got it. I can do it.
I did that too because I heard him ask you, and I was like, oh my God, well, like, what's going on? Like, they don't have someone to say the Pledge of Allegiance, or like, did we all forget because we haven't done it in so long?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm like, good thing they didn't ask me because I don't know if I remember it either. And then it took me a minute to remember how it started. And then I also ran through it in my head.
Yeah.
Because I was like, even though I wasn't the one doing it, but I was like, just in case,
So I'm thinking,
now I'm curious.
I'm thinking like national anthem because like I couldn't like off the top of my head. I'm like, no. But he goes, Pledge of Allegiance. I'm like, I think so. Hold on. And I'm like, yeah, I got it. He's like, okay, go do it. And I'm like, all right. And so I walked back up to the microphone, and then, what's her name from Channel 3? She said, all right, everybody, in lieu of the national anthem, Strawberry's going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I wonder what happened.
I don't know. But so this is what I'm figuring. I'm figuring, no problem, Straw. All you got to do is get the first couple words out, and it'll be like singing happy birthday to somebody.
Yeah.
You'll start, happy birthday, and everybody else joins in.
Yeah, no.
So we're in this huge parking lot of about 400 people. Again, 300 polar plungers and 100, 150 staff. microphone. It's dead quiet because show respect. So I say, okay, everybody, I take off my hat. I got stupid hat hair on. I didn't do my hair that day. And I go, I pledge allegiance. Oh, first I cover my heart. I go, I pledge allegiance.
I forgot to do that too because I was recording you. So I was standing there recording. And then I like noticed people had their hand over their heart. I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I put my hand over my heart and the people around me were saying it, but probably just really low. You probably couldn't hear that people were saying it, but people were saying it.
No, I wanted backup. I wanted the backup to happen. So I go, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States. And I'm like, no one's doing it. No one's doing it. And so I'm like, I back up. Maybe like if I'm quieter, everyone else will kick in. Nope. And to the republic for which it stands. It's just me the entire time. I'm like, I'm gonna take another step back from the microphone. Maybe they'll chime in. I never had to perform the Pledge of Allegiance to 400 people before.
As an adult.
As an adult.
They should have one of the kids do it.
Right? Yeah. So that was my first ever Pledge of Allegiance performance.
Yeah. I was like, I haven't done this in so long.
No. Nailed it, I guess.
And I forgot how to do it.
Yeah.
Because people had their hats off. They had their hand over their heart. And I was recording with my right hand. So I like put my hand up and I was like, this doesn't feel right. So I tried to like switch hands. Like,
so weird.
It's been a minute.
Oh, I'm glad he didn't ask me to sing.
Do you know the national anthem?
Oh, say, can you see? No, see, hold on. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming and to
whose bright stripes?
Wait, to the republic for which you stand. Wait, what?
That's the remix.
Whose bright stars?
Bright stripes and bright stars.
Were so gallant. I can sing along with it if someone's doing it.
Yeah.
Because I'm at the hockey games all the time, and I know the words when someone else is singing it.
We're so gallant. No, what's so proudly we
hail at the twilight's last gleam.
We are the worst Americans that ever lived.
This is why when people perform at football game, hockey game, basketball game, baseball game, they have the words on the screen. It's not strictly
cheating.
Well, it's not strictly for the fans. It's also for the performer who has to do it.
Well, good.
Well, I just failed.
Yeah, good. I'm glad they got a little Star Spangled Banner karaoke going on because I would forget. Like,
do you ever karaoke? Do you ever go karaokeing?
No.
Me neither. But what if that's your song? What if everyone is doing like La Bamba? These boots were made for walking.
I should have did that in Mexico.
The Killers, Mr. Brightside, and here comes Lizette. Oh, say, can you sing? Karaoke, Star Spangled Banner. That's a power move right there. That's a power move.
You should do that and just see who stands up and like puts their hand over their heart. You know who can sing and who used to perform that at like events and stuff?
Huh?
Crystal
La Rosas?
She can sing.
Really?
Yeah, she sings.
Oh shoot, I didn't know that. Nice. The people who can perform the anthem, there's like a small circle of them, and they go everywhere. So like Angelica, the girl I work at the Seattle Kraken with, she performs at the basketball games out there, the hockey games out there, the football games out there, the baseball games
you get
out
paid
there.
For that?
It's pretty good. And the people who put on these games, they need somebody to perform every game. So they have a little Rolodex, like we can call this person, we can call this person. And there's like a good 7-8 people, and they just rotate them through every sporting event, college, professional, pro. Like you could, if you're like Crystal, you can get on like the national anthem circuit and be the person they call all the time. Yeah.
Do you have to have someone sing it, or could they just have a band play the song?
I've seen it both ways. I've seen a band play. I've seen electric guitar, and I've seen mostly singers, but I've seen performances.
Guitar would be dope.
Hell yeah.
Jelani randomly was like, I want to play the electric guitar because he saw her playing at the Super Bowl. I want to play the electric guitar. I'm like, you say you want to fucking do everything.
No, well, not bad though. Start them all. I think you have to start on an acoustic, but it's the same thing. Get him into guitar lessons. They're super fun.
I just don't want to because I know how he is.
Sure.
And he gets very bored learning the basics of things.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't want to do it anymore. Like he thinks he's just about to go in there and they're going to teach him how to go.
Yeah. It was the coolest thing. I was taking I was paying some dude to teach me how to play guitar.
Had a Dougie?
Yeah.
Oh.
And that was going only so far. And then I signed up at a JC, De Anza College, for a guitar class. I'm like, all right. And I went to class. I went to guitar class, and I learned pretty well. And it was so cool. I was getting my car washed one day. They're like, all right, it'll be an hour. I walked across the street to Guitar Center, and I just like sat in the room of guitars, and I started playing guitars. I'm like, how cool. Like, I know how to do this. I can come into this room, just grab a guitar off the wall, and there's like 2 or 3 songs I know. So I'm like, toing and toing and toing and toing. Sounded like that, too.
A fucking banjo? Like, what is a toinga?
I don't know. But it was so cool. I'm like, I can actually do this.
So I think we all, at one point, me and my sisters, played guitar. But we never took classes. Like, we all were just self-taught.
Nice.
Of course, we didn't know what the fuck we were doing. Like, I don't know how to read music, but what I would do is there was like a website I remember that we would go to, and we would print the music off of it. But I don't know what it's called, but it had numbers instead of like music notes.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or I don't know if that's normal guitar music, but it's not like piano music sheets.
Sure, those are crazy.
Yeah, so we would learn how to do it that way. I learned a Nirvana song. Nice. I learned the beginning of Santeria.
Nice.
And then I started learning the solo in Santeria also, but that got really hard really fast.
Yeah. It's so cool when you can learn how to do an instrument.
And then I want to say a Red Hot Chili Peppers, and I also learned King of the Hill theme song.
All right. Okay, do this. This brings me into my next thing. Okay. I'm going to see if you have aphantasia. Have you been diagnosed with aphantasia before? It's a real thing.
Is that like some white people shit?
No, it's a real thing.
What is it?
Have you been told you have aphantasia?
No.
Okay. Trust me on this. Okay, so... No, for real. So close your eyes, because we're talking about guitars. We'll go there. So close your eyes.
Can you tell me what it is first?
No, you have to see right now if you have it. Okay. So close your eyes. Picture a guitar.
Okay.
Do you see a guitar?
Yeah.
What color is it?
Brown.
Okay. You actually see a guitar. It's right in front of you.
Yeah. I can smell it too.
Okay, open your eyes. So you don't have it then. So aphantasia, I'm the same way. I can close if someone says like close your eyes, picture a pencil. Boom, I see the pencil right there. The eraser's on this side, the thing is on this side. I can turn it around. Letters are here. Now the eraser's over here. I can see it. Apple, I could see an apple. What color? Orange, red, yellow. I see apple.
Orange apples.
I meant like yellow. But anyway,
you ain't got aphantasia. You
there's people.
Retarded.
There's people who, when you say close your eyes, now picture a guitar, a pencil, an apple.
It's like a drawing, huh?
No, it's black. They can't see anything.
What do you mean?
My fiance and her whole family.
They don't picture?
They all have aphantasia. If we did this thing, close your eyes, picture.
I don't understand.
It's just black. You and I can actually picture the object. We can picture an object.
How do you get told to think of something and you don't see it?
It's just black in there.
I think they're lying.
So aphantasia. Here's the aphantasia test. Where's the? It's not going to show up on camera. So if you close your eyes, I
have seen that before.
Okay.
I just forgot what it was called.
So if you close your eyes and you're told to picture an item, let's say apple. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, it's perfectly realistic. It's as if it's right there. You're seeing it. Number 2, it's realistic and reasonably vivid. Number 3, it's moderately realistic. Number 4, it's very dim, very vague. Number 5, there's no image. You only, quote, know that you're thinking of an apple. So we did this with
That's weird.
pencil,
So,
apple, car. They go, what car is it? I'm like, it's a Volkswagen Bug. Where's steering wheel's white? And who's in it? I can put a guy in there. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, I can put it in the traffic. Like, I can create it. And they go, it's black. In my mind, it's black. I can't see anything. Like, how are you not seeing anything? They have aphantasia.
Is when you picture these things, like, do you just see the object, or are you picturing a moment in time when you physically have seen it and that's what you're picturing?
So for me,
is it just like a blank white background room and then just like the floating object? Like, how are you picturing it?
I never really paid attention until they started like testing me on this. Not like professionals, like my fiance's family. They go, okay, what do you see? Like, they'll picture an apple. I'm like, all right, boom, there's an apple. Like, what color do you want it? Green. Okay, I see the green. Where's the stem? The stem is going out to the right. Like, I see it. So as they're testing me on it, it's all black except the object is right in the middle.
Okay.
And the same thing with the Volkswagen Bug. It's there, and then I can like turn it with my head. So like the Volkswagen Bug, but it's like all black except for that. If they want it on a street, now I can picture it driving the street. I see the sky.
Yeah.
I see the traffic.
I picture, like when I was thinking of the guitar, I pictured the guitar that I used to have.
Okay, there it is.
So I'm picturing looking at it as when I used to really look at it. You know what I mean? So I was just wondering how you were picturing it.
So look it up. Aphantasia. You would be surprised. I found this video on TikTok. You'd be surprised how many people don't see anything. They go, what do you mean you see an apple? Like, yeah, I see an apple. What do you see? Black. It's not dark. It's not black. It's like, no, I see an apple. Like the video I saw on TikTok, so many people can't see the item in their head.
I just don't understand how that works.
I don't get it either.
Like, what do you mean?
I don't know.
Do you not have an imagination? Like, what are your thoughts?
Isn't that weird? That's super weird to me. All right, well, so you and I don't have it. Yay us.
We're normal.
You said you had something? Otherwise, I'm going to go right to this Brian Austin Green thing I've been holding.
Did you see that J-Lo respond? I don't know if she was on a podcast or an interview or what. I haven't really looked it up yet. But she responded to Ayo Adebri's apology. Yes. Right? And you know how at the end of some of these articles or whatever, it'll have like conversation starter questions.
Yeah.
And so one of them was like, have you ever, what was the question? Have you ever gotten caught talking about someone?
Ooh.
Have you ever gotten caught talking about someone? I have a story, and you were there for it too.
Go ahead. I know I have. I just can't remember it right now. I know I have, though. I know I've been caught. Because I know that feeling like, oh, yes, they hurt me. What was your story?
This was when we were in Seattle, and I was texting my roommate.
Oh, yeah.
And at the time, you know, we were kind of like bumping heads a little bit. Not necessarily not getting along, but we both were just like not highly irritated with each other at the time, like really bumping heads. And we were texting, and I was just getting so irritated. So I screenshotted it, the conversation, the part that was pissing me off. And I meant to send it to my boyfriend at the time. And I screenshotted it, and I go and I text it, and then I put my phone down. And then as we're talking on the air, I see that she texts me. And I'm like, that's weird that she's texting me, because like we already stopped, like the conversation already ended, and she's texting me. And then even like 2 seconds later, my heart drops, and I'm going in my head, like, who did I send that to? Like, did I just send that to her?
Yeah. And
it wasn't just a screenshot. It was a screenshot and a whole like, oh my gosh, she's making me so mad. Like, why is she blah, 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 blah. I forget why we were like not getting along at the time, but as soon as we get off the air, I open that text, and I did send it to her, and she was like, wow, so like that's how you feel about me? And I was like, oh,
she has you.
And then I screenshotted that and sent it to everyone. I was like, oh my God, I just sent her own screenshot. Oh my God, I was like freaking out.
She had
that was bad.
That was bad.
And that's never happened to me before. Like, I always was like, there's so many steps to send someone a picture and to do things like that. Like, how do you accidentally send something to the wrong person, like, and hit send before you realize that's not the person that you're meaning to send it to? And then it happens to me, and I was like, oh my God, my heart dropped to my butt. Like, I was so embarrassed. I was so humiliated that that had just happened. Has that ever happened to you?
Yeah, it has. And I forget I don't think I've sent a screenshot to somebody. This is years ago. I feel bad. Okay, I'll be very general with this.
No, don't.
Such a long story. Okay, I'm gonna be very general. So there was some stunt I was trying to do for the morning show I was hosting in San Francisco. It's in San Francisco. And I think I think the thing was I wrote up an email to send to our promotions director. I'm like, hey, you need to send this to the morning show team. This has to come from you. And it was like, you have to say that this one guy on the show has to go to Canada and get gay married. Because it was like Canada like just became legal, something like that. But
you and another guy have to go to Canada and get gay married.
No, I was sending this to the promotions director.
Oh.
I'm like, this email has to come from you. You have to say, hey, Strawberry Show, this person and this person have to go to Canada to get gay married for the stunt. It'll be a great stunt. And so I'm like, here, do it. So I wrote it all out for him, and I'm like, what's the guy's email address that I was trying to like prank or whatever? Mm-hmm. And so I had to look for the email address, and I found it. And as I'm looking it up like in the to, like I'm as the send. And so I'm like, oh, here it is, copy, paste into the body of the email. And then I sent, and I go, oh no, I just sent my promotions director and the guy I'm trying to prank the email saying, this has to come from you, but say this guy has to go get gay married in Canada. And so stupid. So
were you and this guy not getting along?
No, we were off and on, but I thought it'd be a funny prank for the show because there was another trip that like we all went on that he wasn't allowed to go on. So I'm like, well, here's your trip. You get to go to Canada. And so what I did, I texted everybody on the show, and I'm like, you're gonna have an email coming from luckily it was my AOL, it wasn't my work email. I'm like, it's a virus, don't open it, just delete it. And so then I put so stupid. I like typed up like, there's a virus right now. If you get an email from this AOL, delete it. And I put it up all around the office, hoping that the guy I was trying to prank would be like, oh, okay, I'll just delete it and not open it. I don't know if he ever saw it or not.
But he never said nothing to you?
Never said nothing to me.
Did you resend that email correctly?
Oh, that's a good question. I can't remember. It was so long ago. But that was like the worst. Like the sinking feeling you said.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no, I sent him this email about him. So stupid. Speaking of gay marriage, okay, so
you want to do it?
No. Did you ever watch Three's Company?
No.
Okay, so it was a show from the 80s or something like that. Let me give you the premise, because something happened. We're in the car recently. Something came up. I think I said something or something on the radio. Something reminded me of Three's Company. I told my fiance, I'm like, oh yeah, dude, that would never fly today. She goes, what? And I'm like, Three's Company, like they could never do that show today. She goes, well, what is it? I'm like, I don't know. It was on when I was like a young kid, but I remember basically it was in LA. It was these two hot chicks in an apartment with John Ritter. So two hot chicks with a dude. And the landlord's like, no, I can't have a man living with two girls. Like, no, not, this ain't a swingers pad.
This is like the premise of the show?
Yeah. And so the guy goes, oh, no, it's okay. I'm gay. And so the landlord's like, oh, you're gay? Like you're fruity? He's like, yeah. He's like, ugh, well, I don't want to know what fruity stuff you're doing. So the guy has to pretend he's gay so the landlord will let him live with these two hot chicks. And anytime the landlord comes up, like the guy who's being fake gay, he'd like put a scarf on or lipstick or like oranges in his shirt to have boobs and just to freak the landlord out. Meanwhile, Jack Tripper, who's pretending to be gay for the rent, is actually like, he's like a dog. Like he's out there like hooking it up. And anytime like he comes back to the apartment with a chick, he kind of has to explain to his landlord, oh no, this is my cousin or this is my bestie. We're going out for Cosmos. But the whole premise, like, and the landlord was grossed out by the gayness.
Was he banging his girl roommates too?
No, he was trying to for sure.
Oh.
But anyway, I was trying to explain how Three's Company would not be able to be, and Bosom Buddies also. Tom Hanks. So this was I used to watch a lot of TV when I was a kid.
Bosom Buddy.
So Tom Hanks and some other dude were living in New York, and I think, and they went into some like rent controlled apartment. I don't remember the whole thing, but they had to pass themselves off as old women. So they cross-dressed as not just women, but like old women to be able to live in this apartment, because I guess it was for like old senior citizens or whatever. Yeah. But then they would have like chicks come over and they're like, hold on, like we have to pretend like we're old women and we'll sneak you in. But again, like stuff that would never... It was on in the early 80s, but it would never be on today. Like, they couldn't do that today.
That shit would never even happen in real life. Like, can you...
That's true, too.
Can you imagine, like, going to a guy's house and he's like, hold on, they think I'm an old lady. And he has to put on this costume and dress like an old lady and be like, all right, you can come up now. I'd be like,
full Mrs. Doubtfire move.
I'd be like, I gotta go. Yeah. Like, I don't know what y'all got going on over here, but I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And the same with the other guy too. Imagine going to a guy's house and he, for some reason, has to have his landlord think that he's gay.
Yeah.
I would be like, so you're pretending to be gay so your landlord doesn't like get mad at you.
And kick you out. Yeah, it was the weirdest thing.
I don't know what y'all got going on over here, but I gotta go.
I don't know. I don't know why that came up. I said something about like Jack Tripper. I'm like, oh yeah.
No,
I said something about Jack Tripper.
We're talking about gay marriage.
Right. But with my fiance, I don't know how it came up. She goes, what? Who's Jack Tripper? And I had explained Three's Company and how that would never fly today. And then like, kind of like Tom Hanks on Bosom Buddies. He had a cross dress as an old woman. And I may be getting a lot of this plot wrong because I was probably like 5 years old when this came out. But yeah, Three's Company.
Do you have a lot of gay couple friends? Men?
I guess so. Yeah, a couple. I mean...
Do y'all ever sit there and be
1,
like...
2, 3. I got a couple, yeah.
Do y'all ever sit there... Is it obvious who's the girl and who's the guy?
No. You'd be surprised, but no. Not in every... Not in
so,
all of them.
Because I only can think of one off of my head.
Oh!
My head.
Speaking of which, did my fiance tell you about the gay dude at the restaurant we went to?
No.
She said she called you and Eric and was on speakerphone.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. That's for another podcast. That's for another podcast.
We were dying.
Okay. All right, she did tell you. That's for another podcast. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Remind me. I'll bring him up. So, you sitting there?
Okay, so between... Let me see. If I just look at you, do you know who I'm talking about? Like if I...
Between what? You haven't even started.
Yeah. A gay married couple that we both know.
Okay. I think so, yeah.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
Who's the guy and who's the girl?
I don't like saying it that way because they're so different. One is much older, silver foxy.
Yeah.
And one is like more thugged out. But I think our thugged out friend is the more... Girl. No.
Oh.
But I don't know because they're so different. I don't know.
Because I was watching Shameless. I binged Shameless. And one of... Have you ever seen Shameless?
No.
It's actually pretty funny. You should watch it. One of the brothers is gay.
Okay.
And at one point gets married. And there was like a whole episode of them fighting over who was the girl in their relationship. Because they're like, I'm not the fucking girl.
The two gay characters were fighting about that? That's funny.
And then everyone's like, yeah, every gay couple has a girl one. Like,
huh. And
they're like, well, it's not me. I'm the top. And they're like, and the bottom is like this, I don't want to call him like a white trash, but basically he like came from a white trash family. His dad's like a huge homophobe. So he's very like masculine. Yeah, like masculine, and he's always like trying to fight everybody and like quick to pull a gun out and shoot you. And he's like, well, I'm not the fucking girl. Like I just did time and this and that. Yeah. Like just very like street. Yeah. Street guy thug. And so they both were fighting over who the girl was because they wanted to be like the man in the relationship.
Well, they're both the men in the relationship.
Yeah, but it was like
I get it.
It was like
the man-woman dichotomy.
Yeah, it was like the whole episode of he eventually asked like one of his married couples who was a straight couple, and the wife was like, "That's easy. Like, who cleans more? Who cooks more? Like." And he's like, well, I do, but that's because he's a fucking idiot. Yeah. And she's like, oh, there it is. You're the girl. Like, and he's like, what? No, who does the laundry? Well, fucking I do, because he's a fucking stupid head. Yeah. Well, then it's you. You're the girl. And he's like, no, what? No, but I'm a top. But I'm the top. How could I be the girl? She's like, it's just how it is.
That's funny. I'm sure that's very offensive to some listeners right now, but still. Okay, we're running along. Let's run through the Super Bowl prop bets. Do you have yours?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so I have all the answers. I'll read them. Just tell me.
Did you already go through yours and score it?
No, I didn't score it. Okay. We're going to score it together. So here we go. First question. National anthem was 95 seconds. Did you take the over or under?
I took under.
Okay, so you were wrong. I got that one right. Coin flip was heads.
Right.
I got that right.
Same.
Will the opening kickoff be a touchback? Yes, I got that right.
Same.
You got it right. The result of the opening drive was a Christian McCaffrey fumble, so it was other. I got that one wrong.
Same.
Both got it wrong. What was the first turnover of the game? It was the Christian McCaffrey fumble. I got that one wrong. I said turnover on downs.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
What team will score first? The 49ers scored first. I got that wrong.
I got it right.
Which team will reach 10 points first? It was the 49ers. I got it wrong.
Got it right.
Which quarterback will throw the first passing touchdown? Now, here's the tricky part. First quarterback was Patrick Mahomes, so I got that right. Because the first touchdown wasn't thrown from a quarterback. It was the 49er wide receiver. So if you said Patrick Mahomes, you were right.
No, I said Purdy.
Okay.
Will either team score in the final 2 minutes of the first half?
That was a yes. I got it right.
Okay, same. How many songs will Usher perform? Okay, this one I was interested in.
Mm-hmm.
How many songs did he perform?
It didn't give me the exact number, just said over. It was over 8.5. I said under, so I got that wrong.
Got it right. Will Ludacris make an appearance? Hell yeah.
Got that right.
How many players will attempt to pass? Over or under 2.5?
It was 3, so I got that wrong.
Will there be a missed field goal?
Oh, yes, there was. I said no, so I got it wrong.
You motherfucker. Fucking Moody.
Who will finish with more passing yards? That was Patrick Mahomes. Got it right.
I said Purdy.
Who will finish with more rushing yards? Christian McCaffrey. I got that right.
By the way.
It was him versus Pacheco. Yeah.
It's Pacheco.
Pacheco, not Pacheco?
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't that weird?
It is.
16. Who will finish more receiving yards?
That was Kelsey. Got it wrong.
Damn, so did I.
Who will win Super Bowl? Obviously, it was the Chiefs. I got it wrong.
Got it wrong. How many points will be scored? I said over 47.
It was 47 exactly. So I don't know how we do that. It was over or under 47.
Oh, points total.
Yeah. 22 plus 25.
In my head, I was thinking like per team. So let's just eliminate that one.
Okay.
Because I put over.
Yeah, and I put under. Okay.
So that one will be eliminated. The Gatorade was purple.
Purple. Got that one wrong.
Same. Who will win MVP? They didn't show. Who
won? It was
won?
Mahomes. I got that one wrong.
I fucking can't stand that guy.
I know. Will Travis Kelce propose? I said no. The answer was no. Got that one right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
You son of a bitch.
What did you get?
9.
God damn it.
Let me run this again. Hold on. Run them again. Anthem. I said over. Yes, I got that one right. Heads. I got that one right.
Touchback. Yes.
Right.
Opening drive.
Fumble. I got that wrong.
First turnover.
Other turnover. Okay, so 5.
So that's wrong. 49ers. I
got Patrick right. Either team score in the first 2 minutes. That's a yes. I got it right. That's
how many songs is over? Ludacris made an appearance. Yeah. How many players will attempt to pass?
Field goal. Got that one wrong.
Who will finish with more passing yards?
Got that one right. Rushing yards.
McCaffrey.
Receiving yards. Got that wrong. Super Bowl. Got that wrong. 18 is out. Gatorade wrong. Mahomes got it wrong. Kelsey got that right. Yeah, I got 9.
8, 9. You were so sure that you had more than me.
I was very sure I had more than you. You know what separated us? How many points were scored? I said under. Did you say over?
I said over.
All right, well, let's stop the podcast now. We'll find out, because that's our tiebreaker. So we'll find out in betting, what does that mean? Because 18 would have been our tiebreaker.
I think it's just that. How many points were scored?
Over 47 or under 47?
It's not like they're going to be like, overtime doesn't count or something, you know?
But that's why they normally go 0.5. All right, let's figure it out, because that's the tiebreaker, and we'll update the next podcast, I guess.
But can I just say that I
did pretty well.
Yeah, aside from that, I just learned how football works on Sunday. And after I learned what was going on, it got so much more interesting.
Yeah. Did Eric explain it?
Yes.
But that wasn't your first football game you watched.
No. I feel like I've asked multiple people, all guys.
Yeah.
What do the I don't understand the first downs and second down and 8 and I don't understand what all that means. For some reason, Eric just knew how to explain it to me in a way that I would understand, because everyone else is like, oh, well, each team gets 4 downs, and so that's just counting down the downs and the yards. And I'm like, but what does that mean? What's a down? Like, I don't fucking get it.
Yeah.
Eric just explained it to me in a way that I was just like, oh. And he's like, yeah, that's what that line means. And that line means that's where the ball is. And that yellow line is where they need to go. And I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
and then a light bulb went off and it clicked.
Isn't that the best?
And the whole second half of the game, like,
you were in.
Yeah, I think the first half I was just like watching and I'm like, oh, cool, touchdown. Oh, cool, we scored. Oh, tackle. Oh, fucking interception. God damn it. Like, that stuff is like, okay, obviously we know what's good and what's bad and what we want and what we don't want. But then the second half was like a whole new fucking world. And I was like, I felt like one of the boys.
There it is.
I was in there like sitting like this with my drink, just like watching, and I'm like, oh wait, no, it's in. We got first down. That's good. Let's go. And it just became, I had a whole new set of eyes.
Yeah.
And it became so much more interesting.
It's fun.
And it was so fun.
I know. Now
I think I like football.
There it is.
He explained it so easy.
Yeah.
Like, if someone would have just been like, okay, you know how in baseball each team gets 3 outs.
Sure.
Like, you get 3 outs before, now it's the next team's turn. If someone would have just been like, each team gets a chance to tackle the other team 4 times, and they have to do it before they get to this line.
Yeah.
And if they don't do it before they get to this line, then the count starts over and they have to do it 4 more times or something, you know? Like, if someone would have just explained it to me like that, I was like, oh, so they each get 4 tackles. And Eric's like, well, they're called downs, but like, yeah.
Sure.
Essentially, yeah, they each get 4 tackles. And if they do the 4 tackles before they go 10 yards, then now they have to give the ball to the other team. And the other team has to do the same thing. They do the same shit going back and forth. And I was like, oh, so it's like getting 4 outs. Like, one tackle is
like 4 outs.
It's like getting an out.
Yeah.
And now you got 3 more outs to go.
That's how you explain football to a softball player.
If someone would have just fucking said that, I could have been on board years ago.
Yeah.
But no. All these guys are like, I'm like asking my friends' husbands and stuff. They're like, oh, this each side gets 4. Those are the downs, and then those are the yards, and then each side gets, you get 4 downs, and then that's. But what the fuck is a down?
Well, if you pick up 2 yards on the first down, now it's 2nd and 8. What?
Yes, but now I know what that means.
Now you know what it means. That's awesome. Good job.
Now I know what that means.
Let's wrap this up. We're going way long. On Instagram, we are at Strawberry and Lizette.
I'm at Lizette Love. LIZETTELOVEE.
I am.
Catch me at the football games.
Oh, shoot. I am at Strawberry Radio. We will talk to you next time. Peace.